If you're an entrepreneur and you want to start and scale a business in Canada, you need a plan that matches your business goals and your immigration objectives. I'm Brooke Finley, founder of Navio. We are a tech-powered, human-driven platform that helps people navigate Canadian immigration without the law firm price tag. And I work with entrepreneurs to achieve their immigration goals while also growing and scaling viable businesses. Every entrepreneur pathway has two components. There's the application for permanent residence, which is your long-term status. And there's also the status to operate now, and that is on work permit. So as an entrepreneur coming to Canada, almost every single program requires active operation and management of the business. The only program that doesn't require active management is the Quebec Investor Program, which isn't an entrepreneur program. All of Canada's entrepreneur programs are active and require you as the founder or owner operator of the business to be actively managing the organization from inside Canada. So the work permit facilitates early entry to launch, build, scale the business while your application for permanent residence, which could take several years, is pending. Because it can take several years for an application to be processed, it's essential that you start with identifying your business goals, your personal goals, and reverse engineering your strategy to align with the ideal end state. It's important to understand the implications of being an employee versus a self-employed person as someone applying for permanent residence, because that distinction really delineates the programs for which you'll be eligible for permanent residence. I'll start with the Startup Visa Program, or SUV, probably the one that most people have heard of. Startup Visa Program is for innovative businesses that can scale globally and create job opportunities for Canadians. It is great for founders that have scalable businesses with innovative models. And now I get a lot of questions, because I've worked a lot in this program, about what is innovation? How do I prove that my business model is innovative? Innovation is something that creates new value. So it could be something brand new, like Tesla was when it was introduced. Or it could be an incremental improvement on an existing service, process, product. And there's a misconception that it has to be a tech startup. That's not the case. I've worked with apparel startups. I've worked with food startups. And the key is that you're creating new value. One of the hurdles to the program is that you need support from a VC, a venture capitalist, an angel investor, or a business incubator that's been designated by IRCC. And they issue these letters of support, which are necessary to qualify for permanent residence in this program. You cannot proceed with an application in the Startup Visa Program unless you have a letter of support. There are about 80 organizations. They're only able to issue 10 letters of support per year. They're not government bodies. They are designated third parties that are tasked with evaluating viability and selecting the businesses that they believe have that innovative capacity to scale globally, and they complete that task on behalf of IRCC. IRCC still does their own evaluation, but these designated entities are the gatekeepers of this program. Another consideration of the Startup Visa Program is the timeline. The program became very, very popular. There was a surge in demand. Also, part of the reason why there is now a limit on the number of letters of support that an incubator, VC, or angel can issue per year. And the timeline for processing is up above 50 months and expected to get longer when we look at the number of applications that are pending compared to the target of approved applications that IRCC has set per year. After you've become a permanent resident, the success or failure of your business is irrelevant, but until a decision is made, if your business fails, your PR application will inevitably fail as well. Biggest upsides of the program is that it's a direct path to PR. So when you get a letter of support from the designated entity, you submit your application for permanent residence, and then you submit the work permit application. You have to secure a $200,000 investment if your letter of support's from a VC, or a $75,000 investment from an angel investor. It's also important to note that some of the designated entities are members of a network that if you have a letter of support from one of these entities that are part of this network, your application will be prioritized. Next, we have the Provincial Nominee Programs, and they have similarities, every program, but they're unique in they often target businesses and business owners, entrepreneurs that suit the needs of the particular province or territory. What these programs have in common across provinces and territories is that they're all two-step processes. You start with an application to the province, and later you apply for permanent residence to Immigration Canada. That first application to the province is for nomination. So a province is ultimately approving you. It's like a pre-approval. They're selecting you and nominating you to Immigration Canada for consideration for permanent residence. And the provinces and territories have different application processes. In some cases, you can move forward and submit an application to the province or territory directly. Once you have gathered all the documents and forms, you just simply submit your application. Many provinces now have a process where you need to submit the initial business concept with some supporting documents, followed by an invitation to apply. So when you submit that initial concept or expression of interest, it gets ranked based on certain factors like the industry or your years of experience, the amount of investment you're making, the location where you plan to launch or purchase the business, etc. Factors like this are taken into consideration, and then your expression of interest or your profile with the province is awarded points. And then based on the points and the other profiles or entrepreneurial candidates in the pool, the province will issue an invitation to apply. At that point, you submit more robust information about your business. If approved, the province will enter into a performance agreement with you. And that performance agreement allows you to then apply for a work permit. And within typically a 12 to 24 month period, depending on the province, you have to meet all of the conditions and KPIs that are set and agreed upon between you and the province or territory in that performance agreement. Once you have lifted all of the conditions, then the province or territory will confirm their nomination, and you'll be able to proceed with an application for permanent residence. If you're not a globally scalable business, if you're a more traditional, maybe brick and mortar or service-based business, then the Provincial Nominee Program could be the best fit, dependent on your business model and the nature of the business activities. Canada has programs that allow entrepreneurs to temporarily enter Canada on a work permit. If you're not intending to apply for permanent residence, one of these options could be a great fit to allow you to come. For example, if you are in an executive or senior managerial role within a multinational corporation, you could seek a work permit to come to Canada and launch a branch or affiliate of the company in Canada. Regardless of the program that you're using, all business immigration programs have the same fundamental criteria. Are you building a viable business? Do you have a concrete plan? Have you validated that there's need for your product or service in the market in Canada? And do you have the resources, aka the money, to execute the plan? I know just as well as you that business plans are often out of date the moment the ink dries. They're a set of assumptions, but you have to demonstrate to IRCC that you've put a lot of thought into exactly how you're going to execute this. Another key consideration is demonstrating that you, as the founder or your co-founders, if you have them, are the right people to pull this off. IRCC can see through when a co-founding team has been cobbled together for immigration purposes. It's really essential to highlight why you. And if you have co-founders, why you and your co-founders together. Every application, whether it is SUV, provincial nominee, or an application for a temporary work permit through an intercompany transfer or the self-employed C11 class, requires an abundance of evidence to support everything that you state about your ability to build a viable business. That includes letters of interest, pilot customers, letters of intent, contracts. You also need to highlight how you plan to create job opportunities within your business for Canadians. Make sure the source of capital that you've projected in your financials and that is needed to operate the business to accomplish the goals that you've set within the business and detailed in your business plan, make sure that that's detailed and well outlined and supported by financial documents like bank statements or term sheets. Wherever the money's coming from, there has to be a paper trail. Make sure that paper trail is included in your application. If you're starting out on your immigration and entrepreneurial journey in Canada, ask yourself, does my business align with the provincial nominee programs or the economic priorities of a particular province? Can you prove that your business is going to create significant benefit in Canada? One of the key metrics that IRCC considers is job creation. Are you currently working in a multinational corporation that's looking to expand into Canada? Or are you starting a brand new company or purchasing a company in Canada? And again, if permanent residency is on your radar, make sure you're defining the end state and reverse engineering your strategy just like you would in strategic planning for your business and work your way backwards. Remember, we have lots of resources in Navio HQ that are free to you, including guides and templates. There's a business plan template in there that I've worked on and helped to highlight what you need to include in the various sections of your business plan to demonstrate that your business is aligned with immigration priorities. Our Navio HQ is full of resources. It will also help you identify if there's a non-business immigration program that might be easier for you to pursue. And drop your business model and where you'd like to live in Canada into the comments. I'll reply with a suggestion of a program you might consider. And remember,